हेलो फ्रेंड्स, आज हम एक टॉपिक लेकर आए हैं फॉर इंग्लिश मीडियम स्टूडेंट्स. इट इज़ इन द पार्ट ऑफ सेकेंड ऑफ पेपर 2, that is polity. We will be discussing today about the comparative study of pardoning powers of president and governor. Pardoning powers of president and governor. Question due to this topic, related to this topic, can arise in such format. That is, give a comparative study of the pardoning powers of president and governor. सबसे पहले we'll start with the introduction, as we all know, and for every question you need to start with an introduction, a summarized introduction. Here we are starting with, in a democratic parliamentary system of India, or you can also use here a democratic parliamentary form of government of India, the president and governors are the executive head of the country and the state respectively. That means it is already mentioned in Constitution of India, that is the executive powers of union vest under the president and that of state vest in the hands of governor. They implement their pardoning powers effectively given by the Constitution. See, what is asked in the question is about pardoning powers of governor and president. So we will be doing a comparative study, but before that, a hint about the pardoning powers of provisions of the pardoning powers mentioned in the Constitution. So next to the introduction, you can mention here constitutional provisions. What are the constitutional provisions for the pardoning powers? Article 72 of Constitution provided for the pardoning powers of president in part 5th, and in part 6th, Article 161 mentions about the pardoning powers of the governor. Now comes the features. Before doing a comparative study, let's understand what are the features, what are the pardoning powers of president and governor. Okay, so when we come to features, here it is written that when we compare the pardoning powers of both president and governor, following points can be highlighted as important. See, this question will be carrying 15 marks for 300 words, so you don't need to do a lot of analytical words. So you will be bounded in time also. So it बहुत ज़रूरी है कि आप अपना आंसर एक लिमिटेड वर्ड्स में लिख दें. तो फीचर्स we will be starting. There are, as we know, there are 5 types of pardoning powers जो हम पॉलिटी में पढ़ते हैं. बट अगर हम कंपेयर कर रहे हैं गवर्नर एंड प्रेसिडेंट के, तो फीचर्स आर, फर्स्ट, pardoning powers are constitutional. That means they are given by the Constitution, they are provided by the Constitution. They are not made by parliamentary law, that is statutory or any other law. They are directly mentioned in the Constitution. Next is, these powers are not discretionary but based on the advice of Council of Ministers. That means when it comes to the implementation or the execution of pardoning powers, both, that means governor and president, use or they shall work on the advice of Council of Minister. They are not discretionary. यानी ये president या governor के ऊपर, it will not depend on him whether they want to give or not. They will have to give pardoning for any statement for any person if it is advised by the Council of Ministers respectively. That means that of state or that is center. Third feature is, pardoning is a favor and not the right of a citizen. Pardoning is a favor and not the right of citizen is another feature of the this pardoning powers of president and governor. यहाँ पे हमें ये समझ में आना चाहिए कि प्रेसिडेंट और गवर्नर की जो पावर्स हैं रिगार्डिंग टू पार्डन एनी स्टेटमेंट गिवन बाय द कोर्ट ऑफ कंट्री और स्टेट, it is not a right of citizen. You cannot claim directly that saying that it is right of it is mentioned in the Constitution and it is my right, so I should have given the pardoning for any particular statement. But it is according to the Constitution. If Council of Minister advises to do so, then president and governor, if they think that the person given any statement needs to be pardoned or can be grant pardon under certain circumstances, then they can give him a favor for this pardoning power. Next feature is, they are independent in nature. That means they do not meant for judicial review. Okay, so here we have shown about the types of, or we can say the features of pardoning powers. Now coming to the main body of the question, that is types of pardoning powers. In Constitution, Article 72 and 161, 5 types of pardoning powers are mentioned, that is pardon, reprieve, commute, respite and remission. एक एक करके हम इनको समझा देते हैं. Pardon, it means revoking both sentence and conviction and absolves the offender from all punishment and disqualification. यहाँ पे इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि pardon means to just to means if any statement of any kind of punishment given by any court, the court may be of High Court, the court may be Supreme Court or any other court, if the statement is given by such court, if Governor and President is using his power for pardoning, the power will be in such a way that it will totally reduce the punishment or it will totally reduce the statement given by the court. यानी उसको निरस्त कर देना. रिवोक का मतलब हुआ कि एकदम से हटा देना. एंड जो भी ऑफेंडर होगा जिसके खिलाफ पनिशमेंट या स्टेटमेंट दिया गया है उसको सभी प्रकार की डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन से फ्री करना. ओके, नेक्स्ट इज रिप्रीव. Reprieve means stay of execution of sentence pending a proceeding before pardon or commutation. It is simply stating that reprieve is such type of pardoning power which जो stay लगा देता है, which impinges a stay over the sort of punishment or over the proceeding. Next come remission. Amount of sentence is reduced without changing its nature or characters. That means in this power, they, yani president and governor, can remission a statement given by the court for any person in which the amount of sentence, suppose if a person is sentenced for 10 years to be imprisoned, then with the use of remission power, they can reduce, means president and governor can reduce the amount of time, the period of time for maybe 2 years, 3 years or 4 years, less than 10 years. For that punishment, but they will not change the character or they will not change the nature of the punishment. Next is come respite. It means awarding a lesser sentence. Lesser sentence means that can be reduced in time also and that can be reduced in nature or character also. Then last one is commutation. Commutation means substitution one form of punishment for a lighter one. Suppose if a pregnant woman or if any physical disabled person or mentally unsound person is being punished or sentenced for any sort of punishment, then commutation will be used to punish that person with a lighter form of the punishment. That means अगर pregnant woman है तो उसको उसके होने वाले बच्चे के लिए या उसकी health को अगर मद्देनज़र रखते हुए उसकी पनिशमेंट को या तो टाइम पीरियड उसके लिए कम कर दिया जाएगा या फिर जो भी पनिशमेंट में मेंशन्ड क्लॉजेज हैं वो कम कर दिए जाएंगे. सो दीज 5 टाइप्स ऑफ pardoning powers are mentioned in the Constitution. Now we'll do a comparative study of both president and governor's powers of pardoning. Here it is written, President can pardon any punishment given from any court, whereas Governor is empowered to grant pardon up to the limit of its executive powers. That means President can grant pardon for any statement given in any court. That court includes also military court. ओके हम कोर्ट का जब हायरार्की पढ़ते हैं तो डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट, सेशन कोर्ट्स, हाई कोर्ट एंड सुप्रीम कोर्ट आते हैं, फिर मिलिट्री कोर्ट्स भी इस बीच में आते हैं. तो प्रेसिडेंट इज एम्पावर्ड अंडर द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन टू ग्रांट पार्डन फॉर ऑल द पनिशमेंट्स गिवन इन एनी कोर्ट, गिवन फ्रॉम एनी कोर्ट. That may be a military court also and that will be a civil or criminal court also. But when it comes to governor's pardoning power, governor is limited to the other forms of court except military court. Okay. So it is to be noted that governor is limited to grant pardon to all courts except that of military court. Also he cannot pardon a death sentence to anyone. That means governor cannot pardon किसी की भी मृत्यु दंड को, death sentence को वो pardon नहीं कर सकते. On the other hand, president enjoys all such powers without any restrictions. So we can conclude here that the pardoning power for death sentence is vested only in hands of president and not in the governor. So in an overview, when we talk about the pardoning powers of president and governor, president is more powerful than compared to governor. Finally, the conclusion, thus it can be said that the constitution powers of the president and governor to grant pardon are judicially reasoned in. judicially reasoned in their respective arena of working. They are exercised on the conscience of Council of Minister, which is just to prevent any innocent from getting punished. यहाँ पे ये बताया गया है कि काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स का जो एडवाइस है, वाई इट इज़ बीइंग टेकन बाय द प्रेसिडेंट एंड गवर्नर जस्ट टू एक्सरसाइज द जुडिशियल पावर्स विथ मोर ट्रांसपेरेंसी, विथ मोर फेयरनेस, कि किसी इनोसेंट को, किसी ऐसे व्यक्ति को पनिशमेंट नहीं मिलना चाहिए जिसने कोई क्राइम नहीं किया है. तो टू प्रिवेंट एनी इनोसेंट पर्सन फ्रॉम गेटिंग पनिश्ड, द काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स इज ऑल्सो बीइंग टेकन अंडर द परव्यू फॉर जुडिशियल पावर्स. आई होप आपको ये टॉपिक क्लियर हो गया होगा काफ़ी हद तक. इफ़ यू हैव एनी डाउट यू कैन कमेंट एंड वी विल आंसर अकॉर्डिंगली. थैंक यू.